From LALATE News Headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning of Mornings LA with huge news as the Personal Consumption Expenditure Index, that PCE, which gauges inflation, is released. And it's great news for your benefits because why? That number went up. Oh, baby, here we go. In this recording, we'll go over that lifetime of stimulus, that raise of your benefits. That got big news today as the Personal Consumption Expenditure Index, expected to go down, went up, signaling that inflation did go up in the last few weeks. Well, the latest details across the board. Plus, we'll be going into brand new comments minutes ago from the number 2 in charge at the Federal Reserve, Laird Brainard, who says that inflation is going to be with us for a while. That is big news, and that's why you have to get these stimulus checks. In today's recording, we have massive stimulus checks for you. We have first these lifetime of stimulus with a raise of your benefits. Then we have federal stimulus checks, FSC, from the Congress, from the President of the United States, about $300,000. Of 300 possible checks for you. It's from the federal government, and one new viewer overnight got a massive sum of money. Well, the latest details of her success story as well. Then I have brand new inflation relief stimulus checks from your states. They're great. And all the latest on that. The totality of all these incredible checks, MSC, baby. About $2,000 a month over 6 months? No, actually, a lot more money than that. Plus, we'll have the breaking news on Nike, signaling it has big supply chain disruption. Why is there still supply chain disruption in September? We'll have the latest details on that. The implosion of the U.S. markets continuing left and right as Apple has really lost a massive of its amount of market share in just the last 2 days. I'll show you why. And then CarMax yesterday losing 30% of its valuation. There's a lot going on. Plus, we'll have the latest details of what Vladimir Putin said minutes ago, and also how to get all this incredible stimulus. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, the coffee is brewing. We have a major broadcast this morning from the shores of Santa Monica, California. Big money, big morning, missing bacon, but you can't get everything right. It all starts right now on Mornings. And good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a beautiful day. It is the end of September. As Calendar Colleen, a character once featured on this channel, used to say, whatever happened to September? Well, whatever happened to September? Year 2. September is now done, but what also is done? A lot of inflationary data, and we're just days away from learning about how much your benefits are going up. Good morning. How are you? Hope you have a beautiful day. It is cooler and darker here along the coast this beautiful morning, the final day of September. The breaking news minutes ago was the Personal Consumption Expenditure Index, PCE, was released, and this number went up. Can you imagine? Went up. Meaning that everything you and I have been discussing over the last few weeks, you got right. You had thought that the CPI-W for the month of September was going up higher than the month of August and certainly higher than the month of July. And you got it right. Congratulations. Let's go over the breaking news minutes ago. Every month we had the CPI and the PPI and the retail sales for inflation released. But in between them is a number we always talk about. The Personal Consumption Expenditure Index, the PCE, released in between. Why do we like this number? It's for inflation, and we like it because generally, 99% of the time, it tells us what that CPI is going to say in just a few days. More clear for you is the PCE released minutes ago is for the month of August, but because it's released late in September, it generally tells you what that CPI-W is going to be in just a few days on October 13th. Let's go over the latest. Came in minutes ago, and then I'll explain how much your benefits are going to go up. That personal consumption expenditure index rose compared to the prior month at a 0.6% rise, almost 1% higher than the prior month. There you go. Year to date, nearly 5% up, 4.9%. Wow. Huge news for people on benefits. Now, this one's interesting. When you exclude gasoline and energy, it usually goes higher, remember? Because gasoline is usually a negative number. Well, this case, gasoline is not a negative number anymore. And so when you exclude gas and energy, it actually increased 0.3%, not 0.6% compared to the month before. So it actually went down a little bit across the board. And this is the latest data that's released. And remember, this is one of the preferred numbers from the Federal Reserve to gauge inflation. They want inflation at 2%. It's showing inflation is at 5%, 4.9% year to date. Wow. Huge news across the board. Lael Brainard, the number 2 at the Federal Reserve, reacted to the news. This is breaking news comments from her. She said the monetary policy will need to be restricted for some time to have confidence that inflation is moving back to target. You know what that means. Let's go through it slowly together. Monetary policy, that means raising interest rates at the Federal Reserve, will need to be restrictive, continued, for some time. How long is some time? You know this answer as well. We've talked about this on this channel. J-Pow says into 2024 is what sometime is. And we have confidence that inflation will be moving back to target. And you know what their target inflation number is. 2%. There you go. For these reasons, we're committed to avoiding pulling back prematurely. So they're not going to stop this prematurely. So there you go. Lael Brainard saying exactly what you and I all know. Now, the other breaking news is that a new report released minutes ago says that more Americans are living paycheck to paycheck than ever before. This, my friends, is why you have to become part of this incredible family. Today, September 30th, I launch a new initiative, and the new initiative on the channel is hashtag stand, S-T-A-N-D, the number 4, stimulus. Last year and the year before, we did the hashtag campaign Seats for Stimulus, but it doesn't really make sense anymore because the Republicans are not going to give any stimulus. They said that. So stand for stimulus is to basically say, if you're hurting, if you're not watching this channel and you're hurting, your family's hurting financially, and you need financial independence, come on over. We'll help you out on LALATE, part of the Purple Power community. Become part of this incredible community, and we'll help you out. Hashtag stand for stimulus. Go on social media, tag your friends and family, tell people to come on over, share the videos, and tell them to come over to LALATE. Why? A new report released minutes ago by Lending Club report shows that last year, 55% of low-income households were living paycheck to paycheck. Now, it's 60% of them. Then, when you look at families who make over $100,000, what's going on with their wallets? For families making over 6 figures, they are at 45% of them living paycheck to paycheck, compared to the year before at only 38%. Why? More consumers are living paycheck to paycheck, indicating that they're continuing to lose their financial independence, says Anu Anayar, Lending Chief Financial Officer. Financial independence is what we teach on this channel. What is financial independence? Being able to survive this economy, being able to weather a downward spiral of the U.S. economy. Financial dependence, which is what we don't do on this channel, is saying, I want someone to just pay my bills and I'm not going to do anything. And I'm dependent that you pay my bills, and if you don't, then I fall apart. That's not what we teach on this channel. We teach financial independence. That's why you have to tell people to come on over so we can all help more people. Hashtag stand for stimulus. Bank of America minutes ago found that 71%, this is also breaking news, 71% of Americans feel that their paychecks are not enough compared to how much things are going up to live on. And more Americans are dipping into their cash reserves, and nearly half are falling behind and deeper in debt. This is a new report from Bank of America as well, minutes ago. Let's jump over to Apple. The manufacturer of the iPhone, they are a shocking of a story. Why? Because nearly a month ago, I had reported that they were weathering the storms of the financial cliff, and that they were projecting record sales for the iPhone in December this year. 2 days ago, I told you there was an inside report that said, no, it's changed, and now they think they don't have the demand for the iPhone this Christmas. And then yesterday, Thursday, Bank of America again said that we are now downgrading Apple because they believe they're not going to have any demand for their phones like they originally did. Shares have outperformed significantly in the year to date. However, we now see a risk of outperformance over the next year. We expect materially negative earnings revenue caused by weaker demand for the phones. And that is why the stock is down 20% year to date. That fall of Apple's stock yesterday was so dramatic that it brought most tech stocks down with them. And those tech stocks now are at yearly lows. And the case of Facebook, it's nearly at the lows of 2019. CarMax, I believe it's CarMax, was down 30%, lost 30% of its valuation yesterday. Stocks are just absolutely in a tizzy. Let's go over to Nike. Nike now reports inventory problems. Supply chain disruption is still hitting the major manufacturer of sporting shoes. Those shoes, of course, come from overseas, and they say they may not have the inventory by the winter. I can tell you that. I'm on their website nightly. I love just sort of window browsing nightly. And they've had the same shoes for weeks and weeks, and the sizes they have are size 2 for Mitch and size 19 for Sasquatch. It's just like, what's going on here? Unless you're Mitch or Sasquatch, there's nothing available. The yield on the Treasury notes are actually going a little bit better today because stocks are a little bit lower today because stocks are trying to pull back. This, my friends, is why you have to get these 4 stimulus checks in every U.S. state. Let's look at those incredible checks right now. There are now 3 types of checks for you, and they are the checks from the federal government, Congress, the president, people in Washington, D.C., the FSCs, federal stimulus checks. How many? About $300,000, about 300 checks. And we're going to go over those incredible checks in a second. One viewer overnight, Deborah, reveals to me she got $16,000 to nearly $17,000. $16,000 to $17,000 overnight from this channel. Incredible success story for Deborah, brand new member. Then after that, we have those LSCs, a lifetime stimulus checks. The raise of your benefits. We're going to go over how much those benefits are going to go up and why this is astronomical news today with that personal consumption expenditure index, signaling the CPI-W is going higher. You got it right again, folks. And then we'll be looking at those ISCs, inflation relief stimulus checks. This is all coming up in the second half. Stay throughout the whole video. This is the money you want. It's in the big second half. These inflation relief stimulus checks are from your state, and they're in almost every U.S. state, and we'll go over the latest details on that. The totality of this, a lot of money. Monthly stimulus checks, more than $2,000 over 6 months. Oh, this is looking really good. And you need these sums of money, and we'll explain more why you need these sums of money in the big second half. But let's go over an overview of the first 3 checks right now. The first 3 checks are A, B, and C. And where do they come from? These first 3 checks are FSCs, federal stimulus checks, passed by the President of the United States, the federal government, back in the month of March. And you qualify. A, B, and C. About $100,000. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get them. How do you get these incredible checks? You go on to the video and join the channel. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. Then after that, we have checks passed by Congress. They are E through K. E through K are also FSCs, federal stimulus checks for the federal government. We'll go over those now hundreds of checks in just a second later in this video. Stay with me. Thereafter, I found you checks L and M, N and O, P and Q, and they are all in the membership newsletter. How do you get these incredible checks? You become a member. You go right in this video, join the channel, become a Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Casino VIP. Then get that membership newsletter delivered via YouTube alerts. Here's the YouTube alert. Go down past the guy at the surfboard to where it says View Post and go right into the membership newsletter and apply for those incredible checks one at a time, ABC, E to K, and then L to Q. We're going to go over all of those incredible checks in just a second from the shores of Santa Monica, California, Incredible details left and right. But now I want to turn, before we go over those incredible checks, to a very difficult story to report. Very, very, very difficult story to report. Back in the month of March, I featured a graphic on this channel a lot. And you'll see that graphic today on Afternoons LALATE. It was a beautiful seaside town on the Black Sea. Do you remember the town? I bet you do. That beautiful seaside town on the Black Sea is Recession. And I featured extensively at the time because it was a battleground for Vladimir Putin and that war of Ukraine. The very, very difficult recording to make today is that Vladimir Putin has announced that Recession is now part of Russia. Recession is one of the towns that has fallen to Russia in his attempt to annex parts of Ukraine. And the announcement minutes ago confirms certain towns that were featured on this channel, beautiful seaside towns, gorgeous communities of Ukrainian people, are now under Russian control. The comments from Russia minutes ago are that there are now 4 new regions of Russia, said Putin in a televised message in Kremlin's Moscow minutes ago. Those 4 new towns are, or regions are, Lusan, Donetsk, if I'm pronouncing it wrong, my apologies, and Recession, featured extensively on this channel, and also Zaporizhzhia. They roughly accommodate about 18% of the Ukrainian territory, and they're now part of Russia, says Vladimir Putin. My deepest thoughts and prayers for those beautiful people of that wonderful region now under a war-torn control of Russian domination. The other breaking news that we're going over today is the surprise of that inflationary number and why it's big news for you. That big news for you is because there is massive now stimulus coming your way. That's a lifetime of stimulus. The raise of your benefits is happening, and that happening is because inflation has not gone down. But before we get to that, let's go right into those FSCs, those federal stimulus checks. Those federal stimulus checks are huge. And why do you need to get those financial independence? Why do you need to get these incredible checks? Because what's at issue is that this U.S. economy is slowing very dramatically. And back in the month of February, I had told you that a financial cliff is coming around the corner. Well, that financial cliff is September. And as we leave September, what's happening? The financial cliff is already hit. And so more Americans are in more need for more money than ever before. The good news is I have it for you. The good news is you're watching. But you don't want to wait to get this money, because what I teach on this channel is financial independence. You want to get as much money as I have for you so that you're independent, so that you can weather the downward spiral of this U.S. economy that is fully underway. And it all starts here in the big second half as we go over all these incredible checks one at a time, A through Q. Are you ready? I'm ready. Go under this video, join the channel, become a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. And the big second half, we're going to go over A through Q, those FSC checks. We're going to go over LSC, the raise your benefits, the lifetime stimulus checks. And then we're going to go over ISCs, those inflation relief stimulus checks. Big money, big details. It's coming up in the second half. I'll see you back in 60 seconds as Mornings LA continues on air.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement continues as we go into this final day of the month of September. Have you become a member? I hope you have, because I got massive stimulus for you. Go right in this video, join the channel Purple Hawk, Pearl Power Casino VIP. Get that incredible newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, and get those incredible checks. You ready to get them? I'm ready to go over them. Starting right now. The very first 3 checks passed by the President of the United States. These are FSCs, federal stimulus checks. The first one is Check A, $6,500 to $12,000. This is the weatherizing grant, and viewers are getting it, and you can as well. How do you get this incredible Check A? Step 1, join the channel. Go onto the video. Join the channel, Purple Hawk, Pearl Power, Casino VIP. Then subscribe. Then get that incredible newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go down to where it says Check A, click the link, and go get that incredible sums of money. You're not done there yet. You're going to go get Check B. Check B is $15,000 to $80,000. This is the check that Frank Mancuso got out of Florida. This is the check that another viewer out of Florida got. She got $80,000 to $100,000 of checks. This is the check that Deborah got overnight, $16,000. Incredible. How do you get the incredible Check B? You join the channel, Purple Hawk, Pearl Power, Casino VIP. Welcome the nearly 50 new members who joined in the last 24 hours. You want to become a member and stay a member, because I always have for you new checks. We're not done there yet. The third check of FSC's federal stimulus passed by the President of the United States is Check C. It's for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. Go down and join this channel. Then in the membership newsletter, I have for you 12 places for you to reach out to get this rent, utilities, and mortgage assistance. So you're going to reach out to all 12. You're not going to reach out to one. You're going to reach out to all 12. It also tells you in the membership newsletter who to call, what to say, and how to say it. It's important to say it the right way, because if you don't, they don't know what you're talking about. And there you go. That is the first 3 checks passed by the President of the United States by executive action. But we're not done there yet. No, because Congress came around and passed checks E through K. And those incredible checks E through K are just huge. And what are they? They're monstrous stimulus, and they're absolutely incredible. Let's go over those incredible checks E through K right now. E, $7,500. F, $4,000. G, 30% off. H, $2,000 for you. Huge. I, $8,000. J, $8,000. And K, $14,000. Those, my friends, are checks E through K, FSC's federal stimulus, all in the membership newsletter. But we're not done there yet either. We got more checks after that. Then we got new checks that I found for you. L to Q. L, $100,000 on average of low to interest-free money. M, $4,000 of grants. Then N, my most favorite of all these incredible stimulus. I love N. $100 towards a brand new computer, laptop, or tablet. Wow. Most tablets are less than $100. They're really good. So this is perfect for you. $100 for a brand new computer, tablet, or a laptop. Then free internet. And this is why I love Stimulus N. Huge. Stimulus O. 0 down payment, 0 closing costs, and 0 insurance, and 0 credit check for a brand new home. And then Stimulus P and Q. Huge. 3% down, and then $8,000 of closing costs. There you go. That is insane. That is all your incredible FSCs, federal stimulus checks, 300 of them, and upwards of $300,000 for you to go get. FSC, baby, and we're not done there yet. In addition to FSC, from the federal government, from Congress, and the president, then we have ISCs. Inflation relief stimulus checks. These are new. These are from your state. They are from virtually every U.S. state. How do you get and learn about the inflation relief stimulus checks? And what are they? They are automatic, number one. They are in virtually all U.S. states, number two. Number three, they're not huge sums of money. They're about $1,000 or less. That's why I focus you on the FSC. You need tens of thousands of dollars. We have a 2-year recession underway. You need tens of thousands of dollars. But these inflation relief stimulus checks are nice, about $1,000 or less. And finally, you have to file a tax return. Remember, you can voluntarily file a tax return, even if you're not required to. It takes all of 10 seconds. Just electronically send it in, even if it's all zeros, whatever it is, so that they know where you are. In the membership newsletter, down at check D, like donut, I give you a whole list of all the wonderful states, so virtually every U.S. state, of what they're doing for the ISC. It tells you the amount, and then has a link to the individual website of that state that's giving guidance on when they're coming, tracking, and all that. It's incredible, great news. There you go. Federal stimulus checks, $300,000 of them. ISC, inflation relief stimulus checks. And are you ready for the third component part, the next component part of MSCs? It is lifetime stimulus check, LSC, baby. These are absolutely incredible. And this is the raise of your benefits, because once your benefits go up, they never go down. And we have major breaking news, which you saw at the beginning of this recording about these lifetime stimulus. It's the news for that inflation that came in minutes ago. Why is it a lifetime? Because once your benefits go up, they never go down. Let's say your benefits go up 8% this year. If there's inflation next year, then they go up again. Well, what is different this week and different today, breaking news, than last week? Jay Powell's made very clear, and so have the Federal Reserve governors, that there will be inflation next year. And there will be inflation the year after that. That means your benefits will raise this year, and then raise again and raise after that. Here's an example. Let's say they go up 10% this year. They can go up another 1 or 2%, for example, on top of that. It's not a replacement. It's on top of it. So it keeps on growing even more and faster across the board. It's huge. So what do we know today with this personal consumption expenditure index, and why is this big, big, great news? The personal consumption expenditure index, historically on this channel, gives you guidance on what the CPI is going to look like just days later. The PCE, Personal Consumption Expenditure Index, released today, minutes ago, yes, is an August number. It's not a September number. But because it's released late in September, it always tells you what the CPI for September, coming out a few days from now, is going to be. So basically, when you see this PCE higher, it means the CPI-W next month is going to be higher as well when it's released for the month of September. Oh, wow, this is great news. And that means you got it right again, Purple Power. In the month of July, the CPI-W was 8.7. In the month of August, it was 8.9. And over the last few weeks, we've been asking, where do you think the CPI-W this month of September is? Higher or lower? In the last few days, not a single person in the live chat has written an 8% CPI-W for September. Most viewers are writing 8.9, 9.0, 9.1, or even higher. Jump in the live chat right now and write what you think the CPI-W for September, we're living it right now, the final day, will be. Come your state. About 3 weeks ago, I had said that I was seeing the CPI-W this month the same as August. So 8.7, 8.9, 8.9. Then you and I all saw as members what happened 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, the price of gasoline stopped going down. AAA national average has fallen about 20 cents since Putin invaded Ukraine. 20 cents down every single day in the membership newsletter. Then, 2 weeks ago, the price of gasoline was flat. Didn't change that day. I recorded it saying something's happening. We did not have Hurricane Ian then. It was not even formulating. The next day, the price of gasoline started going up. And the day after that went up. And then Ian started hitting. And then the refineries in the Gulf of Mexico were turned offline. And this is exactly what you and I had discussed in the month of July. That in September, demand increases, people going back to school, and hurricanes pick up. decrease in production, gasoline refineries offline in the Gulf of Mexico because in gasoline, the AAA national average has zoomed dramatically high in just a few short weeks. So I had said last week, if this continues by the end of the month, I'm putting it at a 8.95. I'm raising it higher. And if it goes even higher, I'm putting it at 9.0. It's now September 30th. How am I ending the month at? 9.0. I'm putting it at 9.0 as my prediction for the CPI-W for the month of September, California. You write your prediction in the live chat. What do you think this month's CPI-W for September is, your state? And what I've been seeing has been great comments. I haven't seen anything in the 8s, and it's really fascinating. Now, get ready to loosen up those fingers because we're going to do some interaction right now. That CPI-W is getting fascinating because, remember, the only number that was going down was gasoline. And now it's going up. Let's do a warm-up. Are the rents going down this month? Of course not. They went up about 1% in the month of August compared to July. Are the salaries going down? No. We actually had that in the personal consumption expenditure index today. They actually went up as well. Are the medical bills going down? No, they went up about 1% in August compared to the month of July. So there you go. All right, let's do some harder questions. Eggs. Are eggs going up in the month of September where you live? Jump in the live chat. My answer, eggs, up, California. Next one. Chicken. Is the chicken going down or up? California. My answer is chicken, up, California. And finally, let's do a last one. Is the meat going up or going down? My answer, meat, up, California. So there you go. And with that, that's why you and I have been really so good at looking at the situation. All right, so now let's look at your benefits. Now that you and I all believe that the CPI-W, which is released October 13th, is going to be around an 8.9 or higher, what does this mean for your benefits? My prediction is your benefits are going to go up about 11% lifetime. I may be high. I may be wrong. What do you think? Now, let's go over how this works and what you need to know about these LSCs, lifetime stimulus checks. Once they go up, they never go down. How much? Some of you are going to see 5,000, some of you a little bit less, some of you a little bit more. It's absolutely incredible across the board. And with Jay Powell's comments that inflation is going to be with us next year and the year after, that means you're going to lift next year as well and the year after that. That is absolutely incredible. Direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. You don't have to do anything for this. This is SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits. That, my friends, is that lifetime of stimulus. Lifetime of stimulus, LSC, on top of ISC, inflation relief stimulus checks, and on top of the biggest one of all of them, the FSCs, federal stimulus checks. They all add up to a massive amount of checks, and they're all here on this channel for you. Which brings me to my final commentary for today, which is this economy and this weekend. First, this big week is far from over, and so I need to make sure you are here with me this weekend. Go on to this video, subscribe. Go on to this video, become a member. And finally, go on to social media and run the following new hashtag campaign of this channel. Hashtag stand, S-T-A-N-D, the number 4, and the word stimulus. The message is the following. Tell people to come on over. Tell your friends and family to watch LALATE. Tell your neighbors to watch LALATE. Tell people on social media, come over to LALATE. Because a financial cliff has hit. You and I all have discussed over this entire year that September is the financial cliff. The financial cliff is on the way. And that the hurt is currently underway. People living paycheck to paycheck. They may not be watching this channel, but they may not know this channel exists. Tell them to come on over and be part of this incredible broadcasting family. With 3 channels, LALATE 1, you're watching right now, potentially, or LALATE 2, or LALATE 3. And learn about all this incredible money because they need to get this money before it gets worse. This situation is the Federal Reserve is going to raise rates all next year, all the rest of this year, and a little bit into the year after that. This situation is the hiring freezes are underway, like Lyft announcing just yesterday that they're no longer hiring drivers. Early this year, they're giving a bonus to get drivers to come on in. This situation is consumer demand is disappearing really quickly as Apple cannot get those phones sold later this year. This is a very change of events, quick reversal events, no less than 30 days. And the situation elsewhere for the middle class really getting hit badly with stocks really at yearly lows, some stocks losing 30% of their value in one day, most stocks losing 3% of their value every single day, and a lot of stocks now at 2019 levels. This is the real hurt. The projections on this channel, sadly, have all been true. I was the first American broadcaster to report that the U.S. economy would suffer inflation at 8% in December. I said that in 2021, early 2021, and would not go away. I was right. Then I said that inflation is being caused by supply chain disruption. And the Federal Reserve has nothing to fix supply chain disruption with, and that's going to stay around. Today we see it's impacting Nike, and that's going to impact its employment of you and its sales this holiday season. Number 3, the Federal Reserve is going to raise rates, I predicted, and was going to continue them into next year at 75 basis points each meeting. Federal Reserve has now confirmed it's going to do rate increases into 2024. I predicted the 30-year bond fixed mortgage rate is going to go to 7%. It has. And I predicted it to go by December. It did in less than 1 month. I predicted the 2-year Treasury note to go to 4%. It has. So what does this mean for you and I? It means if you're watching this video, welcome. Welcome to this incredible family of Purple Power community. It means inspire people. It means post your success story in the live chat right now. Whatever dollar you've gotten, $100, $200, $300, whatever application you have in, pending, inspire people. Congratulate them that they got that application in. Congratulate Deborah on her $16,000. This is a supportive community that brings positivity and support as we pounce as Purple Hawks to get all these incredible sums of money. We also know that there's a lot of people that may not be watching this video that are struggling or haven't started to struggle but will be starting to struggle as debt is increasing and the cost of debt is increasing. Hashtag stand for stimulus. Tell them to come on over, and we are here as a family to learn to earn and get big more sums of money across the board. Tonight at 3 o'clock afternoons, LA heats up. It's a major recording with more details of these breaking news stories you need to know. Then at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time is the Big Evenings LA, a massive show at the culmination of the end of the markets for the end of the month of September and the end of the month, the third quarter of the year. 3 quarters of recession, and what does this mean for the U.S. economy? All the latest details tonight on Evenings. Meantime, make sure you watch all the videos this weekend because I will be with you this weekend and we have big news to recap and big stories to cover. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, God bless. Go on to this video, subscribe. Go on to this video, join the channel, Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. Dedicate time in your day to watching videos and pouncing, getting incredible sums of money. And go on social media. Hashtag stand for stimulus. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, stand for to stay focused. Have a beautiful day and stay with LA for more.